Okay, so we are going to set up our All About Me page today. You want to open up your notebook to the very first page. So the cover should be over here, and the very first page is where we're starting. I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you can really see what I'm writing on this video. And on the very top line, you can see my red margin over here. On this top line, we're going to write the title. You can use pen or pencil for this. I'm using a marker just because I want to be able to make sure that you can see this in the video. So the title is All About Me. Hopefully this didn't bleed through. Yeah, we're good. Once you've got the title at the top, you're going to skip a line and then put your name, first and last name, here. I'm going to say my first name is Mrs. today. So I am Mrs. Lehnert. You are going to write your name, whatever your name is. You're not writing Mrs. Lehnert. You are writing your name, whatever your name is. First name, last name. That's what you're writing here. Okay, next, you're going to skip another line, and you're going to write 4 descriptive traits about yourself. So these could be any number of things. For example, for me, a lot of my students have told me that I'm very caring, so I'm going to say that's one of my traits. I'm friendly. I'm a lover of science. I really like science. You might say that you're energetic, or you might say that you're fun. You might say that you are obsessed with movies or something like that. Like, there are lots of different things that you could put here. So 4 descriptive traits about yourself. That's what you want to put here. Okay, once you have your descriptive traits, then you can skip another line. And I took up a couple of lines here for mine because I just didn't feel like putting things over here because I wanted to make sure you could see it. I wasn't sure if you'd be able to see it. Skip a line. You'll have plenty of room. Even if you took up 3 lines here, you'll have plenty of room. So skip a line. And now this is where you're going to tell us who you have for brothers and sisters, okay? If you don't have any brothers and sisters, then you're going to tell us who your parents are. And the way you're going to do this is, because we want to be able to read through this in a certain way. So the way you're going to do this is you're going to say you are the sibling of someone, right? So for example, for me, I have a brother. So I'm going to say that I am the sibling of my brother's name. And my brother's name is Marcus. Okay. So if you have 4 brothers and sisters, you would say sibling of, and you would list all of their names. If you don't have any siblings, if you are a only child, then you're going to say daughter of, and you're going to put the name of your parents. Or you're going to say son of, and you're going to put the name of your parents. Or if you live with your grandparents, you're going to say the grandson of, right? Or whoever you live with. Maybe these are folks who are aunts or uncles, or maybe they are step parents. Whatever it is, you're going to put that kind of title here, right? So stepdad or stepson of whoever that is. If you have any questions, just ask us and we can come around and help you out with that. Okay, next you're going to skip a line and we're going to tell people what you love. And so you're going to say maybe you love movies, Maybe you love puppies. I love puppies. Maybe you love cats. Maybe you love a particular TV show, right? Teen Wolf, for example. So there could be any number of things that you love, right? So you're going to say lover of, and for example, I love puppies. And you're going to tell us two things. So I'm going to say puppies and, fall weather. I love the fall weather. It's always getting a little cooler and drier. It's like one of my favorite times of year. So you are writing down two things that you love, and you're going to start it off by saying lover of. Okay, next, we're going to put things, now that we've said what we love, we're going to say things that we fear, things that we are afraid of. So I'm going to say, because I'm a lover of puppies and fall weather, who fears, like I'm going to list two things that I'm afraid of. So, for example, I fear broken elevators. So Mrs. Lehnert is a person who fears broken elevators. And the other thing I have a fear of is heights. I'm very afraid of heights. So you're going to take two different things that you are afraid of, and you're going to say who fears those things. Next, you're going to skip a line again. And now you are going to explain or tell things that you would like, something that you would like to see someday. So this could be anything from like a shark. Maybe you want to see a shark. Maybe you want to, one of the things I want to see is a total solar eclipse. Maybe you would love to see certain celebrity, right? So you're going to say who would one day like to see, and then you're going to put that thing on the next line. So this is like Mrs. Lehnert, who is a lover of puppies and fall weather, who would one day like to see what? So my thing is, I would like to see a total solar eclipse one day. Okay, so we are almost done. Just two more things. This next one, skip a line, and this time you're going to say one thing that you want to try, right? So maybe you would like to try swimming with sharks, or maybe you would like to try riding a particular roller coaster, or maybe, for example, I would like to try climbing, rock climbing in the mountains. So I'm going to say, and try rock climbing. I don't know if my surgeons would let me do that. I don't know. With my back. Okay. So it doesn't, you can see mine are not related to one another here. So my mountain climbing has nothing to do with the solar eclipse, but you could make it related to that if you wanted to. Totally up to you. And then the last thing that you're going to do is you're going to skip a line and you're going to say where you live. And you're going to say that you are a resident, because you reside there, a resident of, I live right here in Manhattan. You might live in the Bronx, or maybe you live in Queens, or maybe you live in Brooklyn. And if you want to even be more specific, you could say where specifically in that borough you live. So for example, I might say that I live in Midtown, Hell's Kitchen. I live right here in this neighborhood, right? You might see me walking around one day if you are hanging out, okay? Or maybe you live in Astoria, Queens, or maybe you live in Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn, or maybe you live in the South Bronx. I don't know, wherever it is you live, you can be more specific, okay? And now, this is where things get fun, because now you get to draw and decorate this page. You need to include, you need to include at least 3 drawings of something that's related to what you just wrote down. And you need to have at least 3 different colors. Okay. So on your page, you want to use the colored pencils that are in the classroom, and you can use a pencil if you want to decorate your page, okay? And so while you are doing that, I'm going to be decorating my page. Okay, there you go.